The British daily The Times, among the other publications, reported on Tuesday that a professor at the Renmin University in Beijing in China had claimed throughout a lecture that Chinese troops turned two strategic hilltops into a microwave oven. India's Defense Analysis and Development Organization had declared in September of 2020 that it had been planning to develop directed energy weapons, or the DEWs, that use high-energy laser and microwaves. The national program is probably going to comfort and compromise of short, medium and long-term goals, with an end goal of developing the weapon variants of up to 100 kilowatts. The Times of India reported in September. What is a microwave weapon? During the Cold War, the US was worried that Russia was attempting to convert an microwave radiation into weapons of mind management or control. The US military was conjointly trying to develop such weapons that are all ready to beam painfully loud booms and even spoken words into human heads, in line with 2018 report with the New York Times. This weaponry aims to disable attackers and conduct psychological warfare. Experts believe that these weapons could have caused the symptoms and alarmment that hit 3 dozen American diplomats and their families in Cuba and China in 2016 and 18. The episodes had caused a diplomatic rupture between Washington and Cuba. In 2018, American officials in China's Guangzhou had reported strange symptoms of concussion or a minor brain injury. However, links to the episode in Cuba couldn't be matched. The US have developed an active denial system that it says could be a non-lethal weapons program that doesn't use an optical device that supplies of the directed energy. The Indian government on Tuesday night discharged the reports that Chinese military had used microwave weapons against Indian troops throughout the border standoff in Ladakh of India, forcing Indian troops to retreat. The UK newspaper offered no proof for these claims. Later on Tuesday of November, India's Press Info Bureau refuted the report. Some international news portals have printed dishonest headlines and reported groundless or baseless claims associated with India-China border standoff in Ladakh. This claim is false. ADGPI has processed that no such incident has taken place. The Times reported quoted Jin Conran, and professor of international relations, said Chinese troops fired a microwave weapon from the foot of the hills and turned the mountain into a microwave oven. Microwave weapons were equipped with high-frequency magnetic attraction pulses or beams that concentrate and cause irritations and pain by heating the human tissues once centered. The UK newspaper offered no details regarding it. However, Jin may have access to the current info, which is true, would represent a significant amendment in engagement between Indian and the Chinese troops. The professor added that the People's Liberation Army, or the PLA, had beautifully seized the mountaintop without using a firearm. That is a component of the principles of engagement between the two countries. We didn't publicize, as the result we tend to resolve the matter fantastically, Mr. Jin said to the newspaper. He also said that India didn't publicize it because, as a result, they lost thus miserably. So what do you think of China used a microwave weapon to retreat Indian troops and captured again the hilltop? Is this a fake or real? What do you think of it?
China's biggest dream of becoming tech giant has been blocked by the world's second biggest internet user, India. India and Chinese troops are in high tension talk in India-China border in the Ladakh region. India, US, Japan are deepening the surveillance in Indian Ocean, while France and Germany are warning China. As the high-tense standoff between India and China has taken both countries to a battlefront now, France has said it would help India in whatever it wanted, Already, France is one of India's largest military equipment provider. The French Defense Minister Florence Parly has expressed ready to meet India's Defense Minister Rajnath Singh at his invitation. France is a key player in India's Air Force with its Rafale jets. It is said to have 6 jets to be landing in India, as already the 4 is in production. They might also join the Indian Air Force once they are ready to fly by. Even India is in talks with Germany on the China-India border tension. While India has banned 59 of Chinese apps a days ago, there are huge chances of banning Huawei in participating 5G network rollout in India. Mostly India might go for Nokia's 5G networks. The Chinese apps ban comes on the background of India-China border tension. Already both countries are blocking out their imports. Banning Chinese app means it's a huge blow for Chinese tech firms. Their dream of becoming tech giants like US and India cannot come true, as India is the largest internet users and 30% of Chinese apps are installed by the Indians. This will give a heavy loss to the Chinese firms like TikTok, WeChat, etc. Well, TikTok has said it is ready to talk to Indian government for any issues they have. India banned Chinese apps because it was related to its privacy and national security reasons. While these are going on, Indian Navy has raised the surveillance in the Indian Ocean region to any movement of Chinese navies. Already a few days ago, India and Japan had a naval exercises in the Indian Ocean. India has a deeper ties with US, Australia, Japan and France in the Indian Ocean. Indian Navy was asked to raise its alert level in the Indian Ocean region, where the Chinese Navy has been making regular pass-by. In the last couple of weeks, Indian Navy has increased surveillance missions in Indian Ocean, which is the heart of the entrance to the East Asia, according to Times of India. Now India is blocking China in all forms like economy by banning Chinese apps, with China's biggest investment and users in India. India is increasing its troops day by day in the Indian-China border and the Galwan Valley region. India is now trying to block Chinese waterways in Indian Ocean if China makes any bad moves. Also, India might activate its Tajikistan Air Force base if Pakistan gets involved in the India-China border tension. So what do you think of India banning Chinese apps? Can it make a huge blow for the Chinese economy and tech firms? Also, India may block the Chinese entrance into the Indian Ocean. Can India depend on its allies France and US against China?